we've tried to hook up a mic, but if you can't hear me, wave your hand in the back. We're doing okay. Good. As you heard, I've been through a lot. I want to share some of these things with you and share the power of positivity with you that I call your inner fabulousness. Have you experienced any of these things? Loss, grief, depression, PTSD, molestation, rape, addiction, suicide, death in your family, CDIFF or another illness, and cancer. These, unfortunately, are all things I have dealt with, and sadly only a mere expo of what I've dealt with in my life to overcome. What this has taught me through my personal traumas is empathy. Through this, I developed this mantra. This is my mantra. When given the option of being fabulous, why would you choose anything else? This is not from Maya Angelou, Theodore Roosevelt. This is mine. Because when you are faced with the experiences in life that I've been faced with, you have to develop something that will get you through. And all these quotes were great and they were inspiring, but they didn't really get down and really make something of me and make me say, it's okay, I can look up today. And within this, I developed the 4 Pillars of Fabulousness. This is what helps to make up that mantra. I feel we have the 4 agreements. We got the 10 steps how to be the best girlfriend and the 8 steps for this. Why shouldn't we have the 4 Pillars of Fabulousness? Exactly. Number 1, be brave. Being brave is not being fearless. Bravery is still being afraid. Bravery is fearlessness. It's being afraid and yet doing it anyway. The reason why I have the picture up there is because that was my brave moment. Oddly, out of all the things I had happen to me, cancer and CDIFF were the 2 hardest things that I had to deal with. I did not want to do chemo. I'm very eco-friendly. I like the green things, the crunchy things. I wanted to try the Gerson therapy. I wanted to try immunotherapy. I wanted to try anything else than shove a bunch of poisonous chemicals in my body that probably will make things worse later, which unfortunately there's a little issues. That was my brave moment because I didn't want to do it. And I, up until 47 years old, said, well, I don't do things I don't want to do. And I truly believed that. Guess what? Sometimes life tells you otherwise. Because the reality is that sometimes you get to choose your battles and sometimes those battles choose you. Welcome to life. We all know that. I'm sure that we've all had some experiences happen in our life, whether that's to us or to people we care about, that we realize this. These experiences happen to me. They do not, however, define me. They happen to me. And how we choose to overcome them is what helps to build ourselves up and make us the people we are today. Number 2 is being bold, because I believe you really have to be bold when faced with these challenges of life. You have to be firm, you have to be strong. And number 1, you've got to learn about boundaries. When you're faced with these challenges in life, you have to develop, make, and keep those boundaries. But here's the problem that most of us do. We say we have these boundaries and we know what they are and they're great. We maybe even have crossed that line and said, okay, you cannot cross this line. But then we do one of 2 things. We either forget to tell those people, this is my line. And so they keep crossing over it and we're saying, wait. But we haven't told them. And that's the second point of it, is that if you are not telling people what those boundaries are, it doesn't make a difference. And second to that, you have to keep that. You can't be Yosemite Sam and say, all right, I make this line. No, I make this line. Nope, I make this line. You have to actually hold true to that. I'm sorry, I don't go where there are babies because I can get sick. I love you, I think it's great. Thank you for inviting me to your party. Can't go. I don't care if you're my mother and you are pounding at my door for me to go. That's one of my boundaries. Now, as much as I'd like to be nice to my friends and go to all their children's birthday parties, I can't. That's a boundary I have to keep. You have boundaries that you need to hold, make, and keep. but don't forget to tell others what those are. Be bold in doing so. You must be willing to be bold to be faced with the challenges of life. This is where I really want to speak out to you. Some of you may know Michelle Mraz. She's a fellow Toastmaster. If not, let me share a little bit about her. Michelle talks a lot about comfort zones. This is our comfort zone. We don't like to get out of our comfort zone. Well, I challenge you to take a step past that. Yes, we don't want to go out of those comfort zones, but more so, we need to be uncomfortable, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. What's happening right now? Pathways, new division, they're changing things at Toastmasters. I can't handle this. This is all making me what? Uncomfortable. It's okay. There's gonna be changes. In my church, we've had a new leader. We changed the youth program. We're changing our hymnals now. Believe me, change is gonna happen whether you want it to or not. And if you're gonna dig in and just try and stay in your box, you're not gonna grow. And you're not gonna overcome. And you're not gonna be able to face those challenges. So it's okay. Step outside and feel a little wiggly uncomfortable. And it's okay to feel that. Get used to it. Because here's the other benefit. We all are uncomfortable in the pathways. We're all learning, and that's the thing that I think we can really share with the new members coming in. We're in this with you. We're learning too. We're learning how to work with you. Help us to know what you need. Be okay with being a little uncomfortable. Number 3, be fearless. Now remember, this is not the same as bravery. Bravery is being afraid but moving past that fear. Fearless is that, having no fear. Now I'm a fearless person. I like to take leaps and risks and bounds. But guess what? I learned not everybody's like me. Some people look at life like this. The hurdles of life. Now, if I could fit them in my car and then put them in Ria's car when we transferred again up here, I would have. But since I can't put a bunch of hurdles in my car, I want you to use your imagination. So in front of me is a small little hurdle, just something you can step over. Next one's a little higher. The one after that is maybe about to my waist. And down here, we have the pole vault, right? That big one. Watch out for that guy. If we learn how to deal with this one small hurdle in life, we figure it out, and then we can overcome. Now, when I was young, I was in this group called Campfire Girls, and Ria actually said she was in Campfire. Who else is in Campfire Girls? A couple of you. Well, one of the fun songs we learned, and there's a few of us. I'm sure most everyone's in the Girl Scouts, but you know. There was a song, and maybe you remember it, maybe the Boy Scouts sing it too, but it was something about the bear, and he's walking through the woods, and he gets to the mountain, and says, can't go over it, can't go around it, gotta go through it. Guess what? That's what the challenge is. Can't go over it, can't go under it, you can't go around it, you gotta go through it. And in the face of a hurdle, it's jumping over it. So when you take that first step, you go, huh? I did it. I gave my icebreaker. I did a first path and pathways, whatever that is. And we learn how to overcome that. And then the next one, we can step over that. And eventually, we've now started building this in our head. Hey, I can overcome these obstacles. Here's how I did that one and this one. I can learn to do the next one. And we do the next one until we've built these credentials, which make up our pole of be brave, be bold, be fearless, be fabulous, and whew, now I can get over that hump. That's part of how you overcome. I want you to be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. And when that comes to Toastmasters, what is that? You know what it is. Maybe you want to be a leader. Maybe you want to be in the district. Maybe you'd like to complete your DTM. Maybe you'd like to get through your first 10 speeches, and that would be your goal. Every single one of us has that fearless pursuit that sets us on fire. Number 4 is being fabulous. This is what I love to talk about most. Because I believe that not only do we have that choice, just like my first mantra, when given the option of being fabulous, why would you choose anything else? Because we always have a choice to choose the negative or choose the fabulous. But here's the other great thing. You, each and every one of you, are already fabulous. Maybe you're thinking, well, I'm not audacious, and I'm not ostentatious, and I don't dress crazy like you, Trixie. Yeah, it's okay. You each have your own bit of fabulous. Some may be the quiet person in the room who likes to sit back and really take it all in. And we think that that person's not paying attention. They are. Maybe your version of fabulous is like my sister. She loves to wear her flannel, sit on the family farm, and just live the simple life. That's her version of being fabulous, enjoying the simple things of life. Each and every one of us has our own innate version of what that is. Now, mostly you hear these as gifts or talents. And they are gifts and talents, but I think because they're gifts and talents, that's what makes them the most fabulous. What is it that you have to offer? What is it that you have that's unique about you? Maybe you're a great mentor. Maybe you're great at pathways and you got it like that. Maybe you're great at speaking, and maybe it has nothing to do with Toastmasters. Maybe you're a really good friend, and maybe somebody coming in could use that. Now, you heard about my cancer journey a little bit, and I want to share just a brief moment about that with you and why I love Toastmasters so much. In October 1st of 2016, I joined Toastmasters. I went, saw my first meeting, they pulled me up for table topics. I was hooked. I was one of those that you got me the minute you pulled me up to speak. I loved it. But I didn't know what was coming down the path for me. I knew that I had some illnesses and I was trying to work it out, but I wasn't really quite sure what was going to happen. 2 weeks after I joined Toastmasters, 2 weeks, I found that I had colon cancer. Well, now what do I do? I just joined this organization. I really like them. I want to be a part of it. I don't want my money to go down the drain. How do I handle this? Well, the ironic thing is that the doctors were actually very concerned about me because I'm an entrepreneur. Because when you don't have that work connection or your mom group connection or those things that you go to every day, they're a little concerned because you don't have that support. You don't have those people to lift you up and bring you where you need to be. But when they told me this, I said, you know what? I just joined Toastmasters, so it's okay. I'm going to schedule my keynotes for Monday, and on Tuesday morning, I'll get up and go to Eloquent Entrepreneurs. And I did. And I went with my strap, my chemo bag, and sometimes I'd just sit in the back of the room. And I thought, these guys are going to think I'm crazy. I joined this group to speak, and I'm not even doing any speaking. And I said, it's okay. We're just happy if you show up. You just come. If you can fill in a role, fill in a role. And sometimes I would be the timer or an on-counter, so I got my leadership roles done really fast. And they helped me. They took me to my chemo appointments. Mind you, I just joined this group. These people don't know me. At the end of October, they were taking me to chemo appointments. They were buying me Jamba Juice. In November and December, they were cleaning my kitchen. They were taking care of me. And I thought, oh, wow, this is more than just a group. This is more than just JCs I was in before, junior league. No, this is a family. And I fell in love because I learned their gifts. And their gifts were reaching out to me. And that is one thing that really helped me to become more fabulous, I feel. When I first spoke, I couldn't have given a keynote. I like to talk so fast I don't think you could even understand what I was saying because I didn't want you to remember. You have those people in your class? In your class? I bet you do. You're like, breathe. Please breathe. That was me. I said, like, you know, and now I'm those people that go, oh, I can't stand you. Right? Toastmasters has shown me that each one of you, each have your gifts, your inner fabulousness. Because I saw it in my club, and now I'm seeing it in the district more and more. When I was in cancer remission, I went to my first TLI a year later. I go to the Vice President of Public Relations Training, and Mike Akins is there teaching. And he's talking about social media, and as he's talking, he says, who has this? Me. Who has this? Me. Who has this? Me. Okay, come on, you don't have all of these yet, did you? Because I'm a social media strategist. And between him and Marietta, I ended up in the social media chair role. Because Rita saw a chance in me and said, I think you have a gift. And now I've been able to help. Each and every one of you, whether you believe it or not, has a gift that you can help Toastmasters, you can help your friends, you can help your family. And with that gift, you can also help overcome the challenges in your life. You too can overcome the challenges of your life to be the best you by following these simple tools. Face adversity head on. I know you hear that all the time, but it's true. How many times do we get butt up against adversity and we say, nope, nope, sorry, covers, and we hide. We don't want to deal with that. Oh, I'll deal with that later. I used to hate dealing with adversity. I hated bills. I hated the challenges. I dealt with them. I don't want to deal with them anymore. I had stuck with bills like this. To me, that was adversity. Face those challenges and the adversity head on. Celebrate your wins. Guess what? We're at Toastmasters. We win all the time. We win ribbons. We win awards. We win contests. We win pins. We win cards from the district. This is a great place to celebrate your wins. Don't push those table topic ribbons aside. No, that's exciting. Do you know how hard it is for some people to get up and speak for 2 minutes? 1 to 2 minutes? That's really hard. Watch those 30. Have empathy. If you have not walked a mile in their shoes, you don't have empathy, you have sympathy. Sympathy is, I'm sorry that you're going through that, but I've never been through that. I feel for you. Empathy is, crap, I had cancer too, been there, different cancer, but know a little bit about what you're going through. That's different. When we're in Toastmasters, how are we able to help in pathways and know their struggles if we don't learn their struggles? So we have to have empathy in all the things that we do. Be confident. Isn't that what Toastmasters teaches us? Confidence. So get up there and own it and share it proudly. Show others what Toastmasters has done for you. Especially if you were the person who was shy. Believe me, I was in high school. In the corner, who didn't like to share. Who didn't think I had value. I didn't think, who's going to listen to me? I thought I didn't matter. That's why I tried to kill myself when I was 23. Because I really felt like, who cares what I have to say? And when I overcame that moment, looking back, I look at my cancer moment and think, thank you so much for saving me. Because I didn't realize back then that I was being saved for something. I was being saved for this mission. Toastmasters help me to be confident to share this message with you. Get into Toastmasters more. If you do not have the confidence that you're seeking yet, I truly feel you just need more speeches. You just need more Toastmasters. Maybe I've just drunk the Kool-Aid too much. Have positive habits. Again, Toastmasters. Just kidding. Do you wake up in the morning happy? Do you wake up in the morning grudging? Do you go to bed and oh my gosh, this day is over? How about thinking, I am so grateful for this day. I am so grateful that I get to live another day today. I'm so grateful for this moment. And at the end of your day, you're grateful that you have a pillow, that you have a bed, you have a roof over your head, that you have 2 feet maybe. Sometimes those gratitude blessings just are the smallest part, but look at the silver lining. Practice self-love, self-care. And I put this in here because I've learned in a year of being a social media chair that even in my role, it can be very daunting. There's a lot to do sometimes. And yes, it's a volunteer organization, but there's still things that need to be done. And we can get sucked in to the Toastmasters Kool-Aid world and helping out and doing everything and spending our own money. We forget about ourselves. So remember, self-love and self-care. Don't forget yourself. It's okay to say yes and be the yes person, but say yes to you as well. Practice those healthy habits. And mostly, transform yourself, because I do believe that when you transform yourself, you transform the world. Every moment that you change and you grow, someone is watching you. Even if you think they're not, I bet you someone is. Your family, a friend, your Facebook friends, when you're sharing on Facebook or social media, when you're sharing in your home, and even if the husband, because believe me, I've got one of these as a test myself, he really is excited, and it's changing him. And he told me today, I think you do a lot for Toastmasters, but I think you like it, so that's okay. It's okay. Those people are watching you. Those people are looking at you. So remember, when you represent yourself, you're representing your brand. And what is that brand? That brand is a webmaster, an area director, a club member, a social media chair. It doesn't mean you have to be a leader. It doesn't mean you have to be in the district or the region as a club member. who you are as a person represents you. I truly believe the greatest obstacle before glory is overcoming it. The issues that we have the hardest time, that we don't want to face the most, are usually the ones that are going to teach us the most. We're going to learn, we're going to grow, and we're going to be a better person because of it. And it's frightening at times to be facing that adversity, but I promise you, if you face it head on, and if you think of those key mantras, being brave, being bold, being fearless, and being fabulous, that you will be able to see life with a silver lining. And you'll be able to think about that mantra. When given the option of being fabulous, why would you choose anything else? I will be selling my book in the back during our break, and I will have them later as well if anyone's interested. I also have cards for you to have later, and here's how you can reach me. Social media at Trisha Trixie. Thank you so much.